I might die tonight, but if I do, I'm a...
Love thyself.
Knowing there's a problem at hand to begin with.
My guy! Whoop, whoop, whoop. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Big Schmitto.
Hello, Shane.
I'm pretty good. How you going?
You had a bit of a crackle up there on your mic.
I did. I fucking went to adjust, but
Yep.
we've adjusted. This is episode 37. Obviously a little bit well overdue, and what's the word for it? There's been a bit of want for this episode. Obviously after the last one, knowing where you were headed, obviously everyone now wants to know what the fuck's going on. So here we are, we're touching base.
Yep. As we said we would. I just, unfortunately, maybe some people, it's taking a little longer than what expected, what they would like, what they thought. But
everyone
sorry to that, but we've got our own fucking lives.
Everyone wants everything yesterday, so here we are today, making it happen. But long story short, Schmeat, you've got no fucking leg
Nah.
anymore. One of them's gone.
Yeah, you want to get right into that?
Oh, if you want.
Straight off the
you
bat.
want to just have a bit of a quick... We'll ease into it and have a bit of a yarn.
I don't know, I guess it's always nice to just have a bit of fucking yarn, bullshit.
Yeah,
Everyone loves that.
It's cool. That's a good point.
Really just started off like as I do every other time. What have you been doing?
Bit of shit. Bit going on. I just come back from a wedding.
Yeah.
That was pretty good.
Yeah.
Caught up with a couple of OG mates, all that sort of stuff. I can see a few heads that I haven't seen for a while that are all pretty good heads to look at in a no homo sort of way, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just a bunch of good dudes. Fucking little bit of a fresh drop. As you can see, I'm wearing a nice smoke hoodie, as we're saying. It's all fucking moving pretty well and happening, and
Yep.
fucking little projects and stuff in the background that are slowly tinkering away and getting further along the tracks. Other than that, same old.
Not getting any closer to being finished, they're just moving further along down the track.
Sort of. It's sort of like, they are. And I'm talking like these projects are sort of like, I'm talking some of them have been in the mix for like years.
Yeah.
So like I am sort of getting to the point where they are pretty close to like sort of releasing and all that sort of stuff. I've just got to, tie in just do the paint job and she's ready to, release to the tracks.
Yep.
Yeah, just a few little bits and pieces that I've just sort of got to sort out, and just because there's that much going on that I'm just juggling constant shit all the time. So slowly we get there. Other than that, I don't know, same old. Obviously I had a bit of a yarn to you yesterday too, like carby things riding me a little bit. That's a bit of a heavy situation on me at the moment.
Yeah,
but I just
definitely it would be. Making, not that you haven't, you've made the most of having a dog for 14 years, 15 years. He's had a fucking great run, innings, and seen probably more than most people.
Oh, fucking no doubt. Like
doesn't make your position any easier, but
no, it's not. But I mean, it does. I guess it does sort of help. It makes things a little bit easier, that like knowing that he has had a good run and it has been a good life and all that sort of shit. But I think just the slow decline in health, I guess, is like, it's always going to be sort of hard to watch in the best of times. But
and then you get to a point, because they hold on.
Oh fuck yeah, dude!
Pities,
this
like,
is fucking. I can't believe how much of a fucking trooper he is. Like, it's just sort of like, yeah, it's sort of scary, to be honest.
That's what I was going to say. It gets to that point and it's like, you just love to say like, dude,
yeah,
where are you at?
Just fucking let go, can't.
Or tell me.
Or like,
how
give me
are you? Like, what's how are you right now?
Yeah.
Like, do you want me to help you here?
Yeah.
Like, you can't do that.
Nah, yeah.
And so you just got to sit and watch, and it's fucking painful.
Yeah, it is a bit of a fucking heavy situation, because you're sort of torn in that, like, I guess like the personality's still all there, but the body's slowly declining. So you're sort of like, you know, at what, like, but there's still, you know, it's not to the point where like can't move, because that's where you're like, okay, that's where you need to make decisions. It's
and
like
not showing pain.
Yeah, it's like just there's like no real sign of like pain. It's more just like, obviously sometimes you can tell he might get a little bit frustrated because the legs don't work and he's sort of a bit like, what the fuck's going on here? But it's still like a keep trucking sort of vibe. So, yeah, it's more just sort of waiting for that point where almost like there is no getting out of bed, or that sign from him there is just like, bro, I'm
not
tired,
eating,
I'm tired. Yeah,
not
not
drinking.
eating. Or just, I do think, you know, like there's that point of just almost like a look too of like, dude, I'm fucking had enough. Where like there's still that like energy in him where he's like, what are you doing? Like I don't care as much anymore as an old man, but like I'll still have a look. Like I shit you not, every 99% of the time, if someone actually comes over, he will sense it, feel it, hop out of his bed and come out.
Yep.
Like 99% of the time. And it's like he's still all there. It's just the body is just slowly fucking falling apart around him, you know, which is fucking hard, you know, but again, it's also part of life, and I've just got to keep fucking trucking and doing as much as I can, you know, like I've been fucking spending just sort of as much time as I can with him. I haven't really been leaving the factory as much as I can, apart from like, you know, going to that wedding, but even then, like, you know, I had mum stay here and look after him just because it's
right,
just
stay here.
Yeah, fuck.
It's past going anywhere.
I sort of can't leave him for 2 hours. Like, bro, this morning, I got up like normal, did a few things, piss farted around, come back in the room, and obviously in that meantime, he'd sort of moseyed his way up. And like the way my bed's set up, I've sort of tried to set it up so there's not much of a gap. But like if he ends up sort of going towards the side of the bed, like he'll drop a leg and like get stuck a bit. And you know, like that happened this morning, and he fucking pissed himself. Yeah. He was like obviously on his way
ready
out,
to go.
Sort of just got that little bit stuck and doesn't have the strength to like sort of just flick himself out of it like he used to. So it's just that like you come in and you're like, oh fuck, cunt, like you know, and they're those points where you start.
And it's not a fuck cunt like I have to clean my bed. It's like fuck cunt. It's just that's another sign.
Yeah.
That's another thing.
Yep. Yeah. So yeah, just to put a big fucking damper on the whole situation, but at the same time, it's like a bit of a double-edged sword of like, as dark and scary as it all is, it's also like that celebration of life. Like he's lived a fucking the best fucking life a dog could possibly live, and like even just, you know, like knowing like the love for him out there is pretty dope. Like 90% of people I sort of catch up to, they're always like, because obviously there was that little bit of that indicator of like I was obviously like, okay, things are happening, but yeah, everyone's like, fuck, you know, how's Garby, or fucking this or that, or even like, bro, I'm pretty sure that I did like a post not long ago that was just sort of like, or his birthday post, and like it literally got more likes and attention than like anything I've done. Like, and like, it's weird. It's a little bit of a like, oh, so my art's not good enough, but it also like overshines that it's like my dog, like people care about my dog, and like that's a,
and he doesn't have to do anything.
That's a and like that's a big
like,
thing like for me, sort of to like just like, I don't know, that people like, you know what I mean? I don't know. It just sort of says like it's comforting to like sort of know that like people like my dog probably more than me.
Well, it's not so much that.
Nah.
I don't think it's more so like, you know,
it's related.
Maybe you had a son named Carby.
Yeah.
People would be going, how's Carby?
That's a good point. Of course.
It's your kid.
Yeah.
Raf's mine.
Yeah.
You know.
That's a good point. I guess so.
And we're lonely cunts, so people kind of go, oh, fuck, geez, what can we talk about? He's got a dog.
He's got
He's got a dog. How's your dog, man?
How's your dog, bro? Yeah, good. Same old, man. Same old.
He hasn't spoken to me still. It's been 15 years.
15 years, haven't spoken a word to him. Actually, I've spoken plenty of words to him. Fuck. He hasn't spoken to me. But that's a lot like everything in life. You do a lot of speaking, and a lot of people just do not really talk back. They just like...
barely even listen.
Let alone talk back. And if they do, they talk back about their own... Like, it's nothing to do with you. It's their own fucking problems. But anyway, that's getting a little bit deep. But all right,
yeah, right. So you just fucking that's good. You've been moving forward. You've been had shit done, getting done, things going on.
Same old shit. I've fucking been pretty busy, to be honest. So I'm just fucking
doing plenty of work. MDP's fucking going along grouse.
Pumping, like the last month is like I said, like it's the best month I've had in MDP sale wise. You can just
see it just socially and media wise. Just there's that next step of you've advertised now. You've been doing that for a bit. You got a bit of fucking around with it to get it right and whatnot. But like that, just that stuff popping up. Isn't just Shane pressing record to say, "Hey guys, look, I've got a new thing." It's constantly there. Yeah. One day you might not see your ad.
Yeah.
And then the next 2 days you'll see fucking 4 of them.
Yeah.
And I think it's just that consistency of people's eyes, because you don't have to go, dude, because that's just fucked every day. They're just there.
Yeah, and it doesn't. I think there's that. Yeah, using ads and all that sort of stuff. It gives everyone like the reminder they need without me like overselling my shit.
Yeah.
Where like I still want to be able to like, I don't want all my content to be like, oh hey guys, I just dropped a new fucking hoodie. Go check it out.
No.
Go spend money.
Because that's not what you want to do.
I want to make entertaining content 90% of the day, and then the 10% is sort of like a, hey, if you want to go grab a hoodie, go grab one.
Yeah.
So
which I can see from the outside. Obviously, I know a little bit more because we talk.
Yeah.
But still, from the outside, like, it's getting to a point, as it very fucking well should, and probably should have already by now, I feel. Mm-hmm. And that's not due to anything you've done.
19 years later.
But that's not due to anything you have or haven't done.
Oh, I mean, bits apart. You learn on your, like, obviously everything I know, I could start a brand tomorrow.
Of course, now.
But it's all part of the...
It was a big learning
the whole thing. And it's, over 20 years too, times have changed.
Yeah,
like everything's changed in the last 20 years. Like, like I started this brand with like the goal of like getting it in a fucking motorbike shop.
Yeah,
they don't even fucking have motorbike shops anymore. Do you know what I sort of mean? Like, so it's like now, and they're like now
apparel,
and
streetwear, because it's all online.
And everything's online, and like obviously now I'm in the position where I've got like a big enough factory where eventually I'd like to sort of open my own shop at points. I don't think it'll be ever like a full-time, always open
9 to 5 thing, but
it'll be more of like a pop-up shop fucking once a month sort of vibe. But yeah, it is. It's been a bit of an interesting fucking long road, but it is also very, I don't know what the word is, but like even like like the other night I sort of had this like, this is the best month I've ever had. Like if I can fucking continue this, like I'm actually doing it. Like, and I think it's a different level of like, like I've done the same months doing fucking a bunch of jobs, screen printing and all that sort of shit. But like knowing that like it's at that point and like I guess the consistency and the flows there, and like, I'm getting new customers that obviously that new customer's going to put it on, go, fuck, this is actually sick. Tell their friend might buy one. And it's just that slow growth. It's like, I do really feel like I'm really in like the mix of that now, that like almost like as weird, like I thought about it yesterday, it's almost like that, like 20 years of work, overnight success. Like that's almost how I'm feeling. Like it's almost like, fuck man, like if this actually keeps up, like
right now,
next 2 months, we're there, sorta, if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
but
that still consists of
100%,
work,
heaps of work, like
stop.
Yeah, and like that, going back to what I said, like I've got all these projects sort of in the bag that are like due for release, so that will help everything. Like there's all these, and they relate back to things that I guess everyone's sort of probably curious about and wants to sort of see. So like it should push everything further, which just keeps the ball rolling more and more. Like, So yeah, it's a
Yeah. Well, from the outside looking in, as I said, I know more because we speak and that, but whether I know or whether you don't know, you can see
like
it.
Yeah, with that, like, and I mean that's cool to know that, because like I guess I can never really see it from the outside. I just can't, and I never will. So like, and I mean, even I talk to people too, and they sort of give me that impression. They're like, like, fucking, how's everything doing, blah blah, and like, obviously too, for a long time, like, I guess I'm pretty confident now in being like, bro, it's actually working.
Yeah.
For 15 years, I was like, I don't know. I'm just trying to fucking sell some t-shirts and fucking make
Because you didn't feel that, you weren't at a point that you wanted to be.
Well,
and you're getting closer.
So yeah, now I can
still
sort of
not there.
talk about it a bit more. Yeah, it's like I'm actually pretty close to where I need to be, I think. So,
but never get comfy because it'll always change.
Oh, and because it'll always, like, the mountaintop will always get higher. Like, if
you can peak.
Oh yeah, but I know I'm the sort of person that, like, I'll always want to strive for more. So like that won't end. But there's also that, like, bringing the content down of just being like, I can be content with like how I'm going and what's going on, and it is all moving. And if I stay with it and flow with it, then we should be right. Rather than, like, for a long time I did, like, I guess, be anxious about getting to like somewhere. Correct. So I think, like, just those little things have made everything just sort of go, fuck, actually, you know what? Like, fuck this. I'm doing it. It's working. Don't stress. Just keep fucking doing what you're doing. And, like, things will start to fall into place. And, like, obviously in saying that, I need to, like, make bigger moves, take bigger steps in places, risk things that I haven't risked before, all that sort of stuff. But I think the years of doing it just sort of makes all that a lot easier now. You can just sort of be like, bro, I've sort of, as much as I've got everything to lose, I've also still got nothing to lose at all.
Yeah.
I could walk away from it all tomorrow if I had to. I don't want to, but
yeah,
whatever. Let's just get it. If we're going to do it, we got to do it. So it's just that gung-ho, hook in.
Yeah.
Fucking send it vibes.
Yeah, which is good because, as you said, like, 19 years later, but still, that doesn't matter a fuck because it's still here.
And
for one.
I say 9. Like, look, MDP's 20 years next year, but like, the truth is, like, the first 10 years was like fun. It was never anything serious. Like, I locked in 10 years ago, and like that's what they say. Like, true success comes at the 10-year mark.
Yeah.
Like, it's just sort of how it is. And like, if I really do the maths, like, I'm saying MDP is 20 years old, and it is, but like the first 10 years wasn't like
pushed.
No, it was, but it was like not real. It was sort of like, for the first 10 years, I was just sort of hoping someone would come and save me.
Right.
10 years after was like, okay, we need to put in work. So it's like 10 years of fucking work. The rest was just sort of like,
that's interesting.
Yeah, I'm good at it. I can do it. Just do it. Like, and when I say this, like, like, obviously in the early years, I was still putting in work.
I was going to say,
making a DVD, I was doing all that shit, but there was like it was a different mindset of like, I was waiting for someone to come and save me, in a sense of like, if I just do these little bits and pieces and make this look cool and fucking blah, 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 someone will come and fucking scrape me up. Where like, there was that like midpoint realization of like, no one's coming to save you, cunt. If you want it, you need to work for it. Get the fucking ass into gear and get it.
Yeah.
And like,
even if they
like
did
10 years from that now, and it's like, holy fuck, overnight now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even if they did come and scrape you up, you'd be doing something they want to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, if it's yours and you want that, it's only you, as I've figured out in a short time. No one gives a fuck.
No. Yeah.
Unless it's theirs.
Correct.
So you obviously
like,
you have to do the work.
That was sort of like the realization of like, like no one, and I guess no one's coming to like save you too if you like only bring like one thing to the table. You know what I mean? Like, I realized that it was like, cunt, I'm bringing the whole fucking house now. Yeah, that's just how it is, and like that's that. It'll always take 10 years, and like, I guess
being amongst it and then going through it does make a lot of sense now when people say that sort of shit of like, fucking success isn't overnight, it's a fucking 10-year battle. And it's like, it makes sense. And like, you know, just seeing things sort of roll the way they are too, it's like, I also can see it going from like absolutely nothing. Well, like not nothing. Obviously there's been it's been steady, but it's, you know, still poo change. Where like, then you hit that sort of point where it's like, oh,
you've got comparison.
I don't even fucking know. Like, what is this? This is like numbers that are, you know.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm also not talking fucking crazy.
No,
either.
that's
But
what
on
I say.
Again, from a comparison from like, you know, like knowing that like the last month was better than the first 2 years on the internet, that's fucking pretty good. You know, like a month or like the last week has been better than, you know, the whole of like half of last year or something. It's like those little comparisons are like, fuck, it's moving. There's, you know, like I went fucking month. Like I would have gone a month without an order sometimes.
Yep.
Now it's like now it's almost rare to go a day without an order.
Yeah.
Like that can still happen. There's still those cheeky little ones where like, you know, but yeah, it's interesting, man. And it's sort of fucking cool too to sort of see it, I guess, take that little bit of a step where it's like, I don't know, for a long time it was sort of like I'd semi-newish everyone. When now it's like, bro, these are all new names. They're in the middle of nowhere. I've never been there. I have no idea who these people are. And like that is sort of like pretty cool. Because
that's growth.
Yeah. And, you know, and that will hopefully grow more in other sort of ways, if you know what I mean. Because there's that, like, again, if you deliver good quality products, people talk about those products. So if old mate buys one and then he shows his mate and blah, 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 it's just the continuing of growth and it's fucking pretty good. It's fucking pretty good, man.
You would only be feeling this and are feeling it because you've continued on. It would have been so easy over times, and there would have been so many times through those first 10 years, second 10 years, up to this point of going, I'm done. I'm out. Like, fuck this.
Right.
I don't care about any of it. I'll just fucking sell it all and go.
Yeah.
To a degree. Whether it's sell, fucking burn it, whatever.
Yeah. There's... Yeah, and I think, being able to sort of know... I think it's like one of those weird things too where it's like you do so much work that then it sort of does become easy. Like, for me to turn around and tell someone that's never done it before, this is what you have to do, it's going to be hard for them. But, like, for me now, it's like, what do you mean I need to just fucking be smart with a few fucking video ads and get some cool photos, use them as fucking actual advertising, so you're paying for that advertising. It is what it is. You're running a fucking business. And then everything else you're doing is like content-wise is just generally what you've always done, and that's entertaining shit. Just entertain them. And then that sort of filters it all, you know, and you're not like busting their ass on like, hey, buy something off me again today through the normal feed. The normal feed is just general entertainment, but then every now and then, because you're engaged in that feed, you'll get a cheeky little ad that's like, help a brother out, buy a t-shirt. You know? And it's fucking, it's good, it's sick. And like, you know, again, obviously, if any of you are out there that are buying the shit, I fucking truly do appreciate it. It's fucking grouse, because it does make everything sort of go, I could do this now. Like, I've always known I could, but like, there's always like stoppers. And
probably like, more so I am doing it now.
It's happening. Like, it's fucking working.
Might not be right there.
Yeah. But it's working, and if I keep up with this and just keep that ball rolling, then like all this shit that I've wanted to be able to do that's kept me fucking anxious for the last 5 years might just literally be a fucking not even a question in the next year and a half. Just doing it.
Yep.
Just make that shit happen. Fucking because there is things like a budget there now where like for everything I've ever done, the budget's been me. And like my poo change.
Yeah.
What have I got? Fuck it, I'll just buy that because I want to do a video and like I'm not getting anything out of it. You know, like I mean, to a
Your
point.
camera.
Yeah, obviously, but yeah, it's fucking. I don't know where I was going with that, but anyways.
No, well, that's good. Everything's moving along.
Yeah.
Everything's doing what it needs to do. Nothing's drastically changed from the last time we spoke because it's been over 6 months on here because it's June.
It's been 6 months.
Well, when did we do the last one?
Right before you went in. So it was.
And that was the only one since the first one in hospital, wasn't it?
Nah, what do you mean? 1 month ago.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because I was talking about that. And then I'm going back through now.
Yeah, so.
Oh, yeah. Then yep.
It's been a year since you had the accident. Over a year since
Over
the
a
accident.
year. Over a year. Yeah. No, I just went straight this morning thinking, I was just plotting along my head and I was like, fuck, it's halfway through the year. It's June.
Yeah. It's fun.
And it's, that's where the 6 months come from.
But yeah,
But
anyway,
yeah, it's been a while.
on to you. Where we at? We're gonna get straight into it because at the end of the day, no one wants to fucking hear my bullshit. Everyone's here to fucking. But thank you for listening for half an hour about me and my bullshit in life. But we're really here to get to the crunch, and that's fucking
Me leg.
your not leg. Well, it's still a leg, isn't it?
Yeah.
Foot's gone.
Well,
shin's
fuck,
gone.
they took more than what I thought.
Did they?
Yeah.
So,
They-
so that was you were like,
Not spoken about, but when I woke up, I was like, fuck, that's heaps shorter than what I thought. Like,
oh
'cause-
really?
Yeah, because it's like,
Dude, we marked it, and it was on
down there.
the ball, wasn't it?
no. Fuck no. That mark was up here because I had a short arrow and I thought I'd just put a mark here, like,
True.
cut this one.
Yeah,
And then on the other one, I was like, not this
when
one.
well, just for anyone not following on, when we were in
Yeah.
hospital, this cunt got a texter out and just drew on his leg and said "cut here" before he went in there. But anyway, that's not.
And I
your
drew a
business.
line around
Yeah,
my
yeah.
leg, like, legit.
Yeah,
And
right.
no shit, the line I drew, man, was almost where he cut it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So then it was close to where it wasn't shorter than you thought because you'd already marked it. But visually,
I
like, it was
didn't.
almost
No. Yeah, that was just like.
having a crack.
No, but who's a patient to put a line on their leg
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
the
yeah.
surgeon goes, "Oh, geez, that's where he wants it cut. I'm going to cut it
Yeah,
here."
you weren't really
It's been
thinking. It was just a.
it's been cut here, and the more I come to realize is, it's like a set depth for getting fitted up prosthesis wise
Oh,
for suction.
so you need like yeah.
you know,
yeah,
there needs to be a certain amount.
yeah.
And it can't be too much, I don't think, and it can't be too little.
Yeah, okay.
Definitely not too little. But anyway, that mark, I could still see it where it wasn't kind of washed off in parts. And, dude, it was like, no shit, almost bang on it.
Yeah, right.
And I put it there just thinking, nah, it's going to be, you know, that far further down from the cut.
Yep.
And I'm looked at it, I'm going, fuck, he's cut it on the line. I've done just about, like, not bang on, but I was like, I hope I didn't, like... Yeah, but nah, it was taken where it was taken due to those other reasons of fitments and
Having enough space to do what you need to do.
I think infection too was in that because I did have quite a severe case of staph infection from all the cages and shit. So that did go to the bone at one point. And obviously that it doesn't leave once it's there.
Yeah,
So
right.
it gets worse. It creeps.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it was, you know, like, all right, the surgeon's gone, geez, it's
Take
been...
a couple more mil off just because this is.
Well, it's probably just more of an indication of what I was giving him, you know. I've lost my fucking train of thought.
It happens anyway. So anyway,
Yeah.
getting to the
That annoys me.
into the starts of it all.
Yeah.
Operation obviously went fine.
Yeah, operation went really good.
Probably a little bit of maybe just like how were you feeling before it, I guess?
Yeah, so
obviously
leading
you were pretty
into it.
prepared. You know, you were talking about being pretty
Well, we
ready,
were here
prepared.
6 days before.
Correct. So like, and you were,
And I was talking about it. It was a bit of a whatever-ish. Not so much whatever, but just
sort of, you were, I'd say you were
okay.
ready.
It's okay.
Yeah, and like, let's get this done.
That's what it ended up.
Enthusiastic would probably be like you were semi-enthusiastic about it.
Yeah, because I knew that there was good on the other side of it, but there was still a lot to come to deal with, to do.
Yep.
As we spoke about this morning.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So
going into it,
I daily from that 6th day of being the last on that podcast, I just lost myself more and more and more.
Yep.
And I wasn't doing anything to do that.
Yep.
To make that happen. I was waking up. What day is it? What time is it? You know, almost to the point where am I? Kind of deal. Because everything was just blur, fuck, flat out happening. And then I woke up, went in, all right, cool. It's here, the day we get there, go in, get prepped. Still can't remember much of this because I'm shitting myself. All of this part right now.
Yeah, right.
And get prepped, go in, wheeled in, relaxed, knocked out. Woke up. When I woke up, I was like...
And I was there. I can vouch pretty well that you were pretty content, considering.
Oh, fuck, dude.
Like you were...
Just so content comparing to...
Yeah, you were like...
Fuck, I
ready.
don't care.
You were ready. Let's go.
Hurry the fuck up and get it off. Like,
It's
toxic. I don't want it.
Yep.
You know, like... I can say that more now because I know how good it actually is.
Yep.
The difference.
Yep.
So yeah, wake up. Instantly, bush. Didn't even open my eyes. I'm in hospital, just had my leg cut off. I'm in recovery. This is going to be confronting. And this is me thinking, lying on the bed.
Yep.
So instantly, it brought me enough clarity. Before I even opened my eyes, I knew where I was, what had happened, what part of the hospital I was in.
Yep.
Like just instant weight gone. Yep. Clarity on.
Yep.
Like it was a spin out. And that was still from, like it wasn't even fucking 2 minutes of coming out of anaesthetic. Like, knocked out for a bit.
Yeah. Aaron, I think you were gone for like an hour and a half or something.
Yeah, it didn't take
I
long.
think the procedure was like an hour and a half.
Yeah. And then, opened my eyes, had a look down, waved it around a bit, like lifted it up.
Was it like covered in a blanket?
Yeah, I was in bed, all covered up.
Yeah.
Just in bed. And I fucking unraveled that shit pretty quick. And just kind of went, whoa, that's full on. But I laughed. I went like that. Yeah. Holy shit. And I kind of lifted it up. I'm trying to lift it to a point, and I've just kind of gone.
Yeah. And
the surgeon's going, what are you doing? Whoa. And I said, what do you mean what I'm doing? I'm looking at it. I'm moving it. I went, doesn't that hurt? I said, no. Like, oh, Jesus. I've never seen that before. That's crazy.
Which is in a nutshell, like I like we sort of said, like the fact that you did just like move it like that and go to that extent, like like I know for a fact, like the most people in that situation that would wake up there wouldn't move an inch.
No,
because it'd be fucking scary. Like it's like I'm not even gonna.
They'd go
like you'd almost put that blocker in to be like, don't move that leg.
Beep.
Yeah.
Ring the nurse. That's probably as much as they'd do. Where like I've been in it enough to know.
That you can definitely tell why that was sort of like the surgeon was like, "What the fuck are you doing?" Because like I guess most people wouldn't.
No, and he deals with a lot of like elderly.
Yeah. Yeah, so they're not fucking waving
vascular.
their legs around like a fucking...
No.
They're just...
They can't.
Yeah.
They're old.
Yeah.
Like, I just... I got a lot to live for.
Yeah.
They don't.
Yeah.
that's how he put it.
Yeah, right.
To a degree.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah. So kind of stopped that. Spoke. He left. Whatever. I was just still in recovery. I think I got out of there pretty quick because I was like, boom, straight into it, onto it.
Mm-hmm.
But again, just kept looking. I just lifting, moving. Just, it was a trip. It was a proper trip.
Yeah.
Like,
Wow,
it's
man,
gone now, man. Like, it's gone.
As soon as, like, I still, and I mean, again, like, I probably got the same shock factor as the surgeon. Obviously, I don't do those fucking surgeries every day and know what everyone else reacts like, but I know from when you wheeled back into that room and, like, the first thing you did was that exact thing and, like, waved your severed leg at me.
Mm.
I was like, wow. I don't even really know the words to, like, put it into. I mean, like, for instance, like, a good example is your mum left the room pretty fast when you did that. You know, it was like, it was confronting. It was, and I think.
Yeah, she didn't like that.
I think.
Sorry, Mum.
Your ease with it all sort of made it weirdly more confronting because you were just so chill with it. So it was like,
because you guys didn't have to go, no, it's all right, man. Like, that's all right, mate. Don't worry. Like, don't, you know, and be that
sort of. It was
where I'm
sort of
like,
what the fuck? Like,
going, don't worry. It's all good.
Yeah, it was.
It was like flip.
It was a fucking weird one, man. And it was one of those things where I was like, holy fuck, like I've got no words for how that just made me feel. Like, because obviously too, there was that, like, that was the first time I'd seen my mate without a leg. That's enough as it is. Whether you're fucking waving it at me or not. But then you wave it and you're like, what?
Yeah, okay.
Too much,
fair.
I think. Sort of. I think that's because it is. It's when you're just laying there, you're not moving it at all. It's still like, oh whoa, oh whoa, whoa. But then you're, and it just puts this like, maybe it's like that torn feeling of like, that was funny, but I can't laugh at that yet.
Fucking oath you can.
I do,
and that's why I was doing it, because it's like lighten the fucking mood,
100%.
man.
And it's still, you know, like, it's sort of like the story I tell when people ask too. It's like, bro, this cunt fucking waved his leg at me as soon as he got, like, so there's that, but in the moment, it's like,
Yeah. Yeah.
Stop. Oh, fuck. Just this fucking wave of like, that's funny, that's gross, stop it.
That's, yeah.
Wait, do it again. Like,
so
you know what I mean?
have,
It's just
like,
everything. Just fuck.
That makes sense, because I had to have a good talk with Mum after that.
Yeah.
You know, with the, yeah, it was pretty full on.
Yeah,
So
like,
that makes sense.
That definitely, like, it was like, you know, that she held pretty tight the whole way, and that was the point where I seen it. It was like, that was enough for her for a second. It was like, holy fuck. And I think it's that, like, all of it. Yeah, it's like, it's confronting in general. Oh my God, that's sort of funny because this cunt's off his head. Holy fuck, this cunt's off his head. Like, you know what I mean? It's just all these, like...
What do you mean, off my head?
Nah, just like with your actions. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what do you... Don't do that. Don't do that. Slow down. You know what I mean? Just that...
I know myself and body way too much to be told.
And
that's why I didn't... Like, it's just, nurses, doctors, surgeons were just blown away. And in the end, they just said, room 259, leave him alone until he presses the buttons. Yeah. He's so self-sufficient. Yeah. Never seen anything like it. Yeah. At this point in time, 4 days after someone's had their leg cut off.
Yeah, like even like when I came back probably 4 days after for that, when it was Easter Sunday. So I think you got it chopped off on like Thursday, and then I came back Easter, whatever. Yeah. And like even the first time, like you got out of bed and like threw us around, and I was like, what are you doing? Yeah. Because like even that was like a little bit confronting. Like, bro, I've seen you hop everywhere. Won't bend an eyelid. But it was like, that was like, oh, cunt, slow down. But at the same time, it's like, yeah, but like, if you can do it and you got it, just do it. Like, so
and that's what I mean. I mean, dude, like, yeah, I'm so far ahead, and I don't mean to come across cocky or anything like that. when saying this, but I've lived it and I've done it, so I can. Like I'm so far ahead than, I don't know, most. I'm not going to say everyone, because there's other people out there that probably done it easier than me. Who knows? But most, like, I'm just so ahead, man. Like, and in every aspect.
Well, the example of you wiggling it after waking up in surgery and the surgeon going,
well, what are you doing? I've never seen that before.
That's already, like, you're already, like, 10 steps ahead. Because, like, you
and
look at
you
that.
got no idea what how that made me feel, man.
Yeah,
like,
in a good way.
Fucking fire up the ass, can't like, yeah, you haven't seen it.
Yeah.
Watch the rest of it.
Yeah, fully. Yeah. And, like, yeah, I think that's, fuck, I was going to say something. But
Yeah, sorry.
No,
I cut that off.
All right, anyway.
Yeah, so it's off. It's, yeah, we were just talking about it being confronting, mum. First time seeing it, wiggling it around.
Yep.
You know, it's funny, yuck, gross, weird. Mate's got no leg.
Like all the emotions, to be honest. You sort of feel a bit of everything because of... And again, I think that probably comes from your character. Like if
I didn't have the practice, though.
And you just weren't that dude. Like, we would have gone in there and it would have been completely fucking still. And you would have gone, yeah, look, there it is. Okay. And we all would have been... Like, the fact that your character came out, I think like, in the long run, it was a better thing than just being like, it's gone.
I think I embraced it that much. Like, it's just, I can't wait. Like, I can't wait. Because I know I'm going to blow everyone's mind here.
Yeah.
Even down to the people that have been with me for as long as they have.
Yeah.
I.e. you.
Yeah.
Mum. Dad.
Yeah.
Dude, like, yeah, and it just drives. It's a burn. It's like a fucking, that was cool, was it?
Yeah. Watch this.
Watch the next step and then the next step. And then, like, in that time, I'm healing too. And it's just another great feeling.
Yep.
And I'm seeing it. And it's looking so much better. I'm pulling it down to have a shower. I can shower now. Yep. I can wet it all. Yep. It's as normal as it can be, besides the pain and not having that part.
Yeah.
In the leg now.
Yeah. Which was more of a cunt anyway, to be honest.
That was holding the pain.
Yeah.
This is pain that I'm feeling from the upset of
surgery.
Well, yeah, but the upset of parts of my body now being in different positions and areas. And they're taking different weights. They're taking different fucking maneuvers. Yep. They're stretching longer than what they had to. They're retracting more because they need to, because they were stretched. Or
the opposite. They're not getting used as much as they should because...
Well, yeah. But if I was a lazy cunt, not doing it...
Actually, you want to... I'm going to touch on this.
Yeah.
Being a lazy cunt. On the weekend, I seen a dude in a wheelchair that had his leg gone.
Yeah.
And he had shorts on that were enough that I could see his thighs.
Right.
His thighs were completely degraded.
Both?
Sucked in. No, just the one of his main leg. It had... And again, like, I almost wanted to ask questions, but I was like, that's rude as fuck.
Was he in a chair?
Yeah.
Yep.
So, like, again...
Fresh? No.
I reckon he'd been around for a while. Like, but to me, what it looked like was like everything had just degraded in that leg.
Yeah. Just muscle deterioration.
Your main thigh muscle.
It goes so fast. Just
sucked in, bro. So it's like... And again, that probably comes down to that thing of, like, because he ended up in, like, I don't know this dude's situation. So, like, I've got no legs to stand on. Fucking terrible fucking choice of words, cunt.
Swallow that one, Shane.
Fuck, I choose the right words all the time, man.
Right or wrong?
Yeah, well, depends who you are.
Right.
So yeah,
for me.
I'm not. But it looked to me like it was very much like it's very judgy, but like the lazy treatment of it. He sort of stayed in the wheelchair, never used that leg.
Yeah.
Where like getting a new foot, getting out, getting about,
Like,
training, gym, doing all that shit will like will and should eliminate those sorts of things.
right.
Like,
And that's why I'd love to know how deep along he was.
yeah, and like it was one of those things where and like I was hanging around for ages, man. Like I was literally standing out the front of this shop with this dude.
Eavesdropping, like hoping.
Well, like, yeah.
What are you gonna say?
So, well, what happened? And you know what I mean? It's just like fuck, like. And then, like, what do you say? Oh, so my mate just got this fucking surgery done. So I'm just curious about. It's like, fuck, it's so hard. Where like it would have been a perfect example for like you to be there and you just like be like, fuck. So what's the go here? How long you been doing this? What's going on here, mate? Like, because there's that little bit.
So, do you going back to why you brought that up, being lazy? You felt he was doing that, being that, but we don't know how long out of.
Yeah, that's what I mean. And I also don't know what else. Like he might have been in a car accident and he had a broken back. Yeah. So like he can't do shit. So again, I don't really know. But it just
was a little bit to put it in perspective for you.
Yeah, it just sort of made me go, oh fuck! Like if you don't use it, that's what it'll do.
Yeah,
that's sort of all it was. It was like that dude clearly hasn't used that muscle in a long time. And there's not even a muscle there. It's just like the skin's just flopped around the bone. Yeah. Like it was pretty fucking almost confronting. Yeah, like so you've still got
I got heaps, man. Like
yeah.
Harrison, mate, my right leg, she's a stonker now. I've never had muscle like it in my legs. Yeah, but no, it's definitely taken on. Well, that's cool to hear.
I don't know what you said now.
I was just because I was on the track of like, you know, moving forward, everything's healing, everything's feeling good. Yep. It's I'm seeing the changes. Yep. You know, and that all comes down to, I guess, I think it's maybe not being a lazy cunt, something like that, and that's where, But continuing on was, kind of where were we at before you started that? Fuck. Well, just with it being confronting and all of that, and you know, I think just kind of kicking it in the ass and knowing prior to it, I've got this. That's not even a thought. Cool, waking up, having that clarity, looking at it, going ha ha ha, being told what are you doing. That was another thing straight off the bat in recovery. Going, well, if he's asking me that, he's never seen it, so I'm already ahead. Yep. I had full extension in recovery. Yep. Both ways, 100%. Like people in this position, like get stuck like that because this muscle back here, your hammies, all of that. Yeah. Because you're in a wheelchair, say. Yeah. So you're in a sitting position.
Just flops.
Well, this is no longer engaged. Yeah. So then it retracts.
Which, in saying it, you engage that within the first fucking 3 seconds.
3 seconds.
And have continued to by being a smart ass and waving it around everywhere.
Yeah. Because I knew it was right. It was the right thing to do.
Fucking oath, eh?
So this if I wasn't that, what I am and what I'm doing, I'd be stuck. This back muscle here where the hammies and that, they all retract because they're long. When they're like this, they're long. Right. Because they're used to being like that. And they're going, fuck, I'm taut. Yeah. Fucking. Now, and what I was told, because they knew, like, fuck, he's got 100% movement, continue. Like, don't put your leg up. They're like, does it throb when it's down? No. All right, don't put anything.
Is that strain when you lift, though? Is that like.
Yeah, like normal.
Yeah, like
up to your ass, like, you know, like, hammy, burn. Yeah. Oh, yeah, fucking, kind of.
Yeah, my leg's doing that anyway.
That's right. Everyone does.
You really stretch your leg up.
Especially if you've been sitting for a little bit.
Yeah.
If you've been walking and that. Yeah. And that's the thing. I don't have that. I can't until I get my prosthetic to keep that movement. So what they said was like, right, well, don't elevate it. You know, don't put anything under it to keep it up. You don't need it. Yep. It doesn't have a heartbeat of its own. It's not hurting because of that. Yep. It actually hurt more having it up. So they said leave it flat. Yep. If you can have it flat on the bed at 100%, 95% extension, stretch, like that's grouse. Yep. and then they're like, so that's locked out. Like my knee can't.
Yeah.
I'm locked.
Yep.
So that's 100%.
Yep.
That way,
Yeah,
I'm 100%.
You're not going any further than that.
You can't.
You can't. Yeah.
Like that's. I'm
Yeah,
locked.
I can't go any further than that.
No, I'm locked.
Yeah.
So that's like does.
Yep.
But see that?
Yeah, right. But I feel like if I fucking,
It
I'd
goes.
fucking end up doing that.
But that's because it's this big.
Yeah. So there's like,
You will feel on that stretch like
but it won't.
it doesn't move because there's length.
Yes.
I ain't got the length,
So it's just
so
like,
it's just gonna
and less
flat
weight,
out.
So like the weight's sort of holding it back, and I think that it's sort of weird. It actually more shake comes from the thigh, not the. I'm not shaking out here
From the lower.
because this is the muscle that's tweaking, right?
Yeah.
So
that's why I'm still getting that engagement
and like
of. There you go. Look,
it's
there you go.
It's literally there, but like because I've got so much weight on there, it almost like levels it out. Where because you've just got your stump and here's shaking, it's just.
It's dude.
Da.
But it's weird how
Does
it can
hurt
happen.
Is it like a cramp or it's just more
Nah.
like a?
Nah, it's just like flat out. It's like that's just like as if I could wave it that fast.
Yep.
I can do it.
Yep.
Yeah, but it's weird what brings that on. Like obviously overstretching it as I was to show the camera and just like holding it there and then going like that. That's the biggest, one of the hardest things I've found is going full. See that notch?
Yeah.
And that's where if I keep it there, it starts.
Yeah.
So then lock it. It's crazy. Like I've done this so much and watched it and just been like, what are you doing? Why do you do that? What do you like? Why is that happening?
Yeah.
But yeah. So again, that's another thing. Full extension. So that's massive.
Yeah.
That's massive 6 months down the line.
Yeah.
Okay, and let's just put a fucking timer here, just so you've got not a timer, but a bit of a gauge, so you've got an understanding. Well, it happened I had the surgery the 16th of May.
A month just gone.
Yeah, so we're 1st of June, 2nd of June. So 16th of May it happened. So there's 1 full week, 2 full weeks.
Dude, it's been 2 weeks.
3. There you go.
It's been 2 weeks.
There you go. No. No. It's 16th of April, bro. April. 16th of April. 16th of April it happened because we just dropped into June. That's why I'm thinking because only 2 months.
It was the week before Good Friday, and that's April.
Yeah.
So it's a month and a half.
Yeah.
You're a month and a half in.
Yeah. So 5 weeks.
Month and a half off.
5 weeks, 6 weeks. Around in.
Off. Technically.
Yeah.
Too soon.
Never too soon, right, guys?
Yeah,
but I just love watching you swallow your own words.
All
It's
right.
the best. That's one thing that's come from this is just like, oh yeah, he started. All right, watch. Like, I just point the finger and say, oh, I'm so sorry, man. I'm so sorry. I'm like, what are you sorry about? Who cares? It's fucking gone.
Yeah.
Like,
all right, you know what? Also, I think fucking heaps of others, and I feel like we did touch on it, but like a lot of cunts, seriously, as soon as you came out, asked me, and I don't know if they asked you the same thing, but like, did you keep it?
yeah, heaps of people. I kind of, a few people. Like,
I fucking had every cunt being like,
OGs,
did you keep it? It was sort of just
riders,
like, dude, you got to be
all
a
of the
little bit
above.
serious. Like, how are you going to keep it?
Well, fucking Shane, you asked.
Yeah, I know, because I mean, I'd go out of it. I would have done it. But yeah, it's obviously one of those things.
No, it's a restriction thing. It's a restriction thing, and even if they bring it to me in a fucking glass case with fucking gold leaf surrounding on it, I'd probably tell them to put it in the fucking fire.
Yeah.
Fuck it off. I don't want it. It's toxic, and that's what people come saying that. But oh man, please tell me you fucking kept your leg and You know, some of them, most of them I ran along with it. Oh, yeah, man. Yeah, I got it next to me. It's next to me in the bed at hospital still. It's just sitting in some water. Like, oh, bullshit. So you kept it. Like, what are you going to do with it? Like, oh, I'm just going to, like, put it in a frame full of liquid and just hang it on the wall.
You can give it to me, dog.
Like, what, dude?
Fucking
And someone's like, a couple of them, you know, like, that's, like, please tell me you kept it. Like, it's like, yeah, go along. Ha, 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 yeah, I did keep it. Yeah. And in the end, it's like, dude, are you fucking serious? Think about it. It's just been lopped for a fucking reason of not good.
Nah.
It's toxic as fuck. Why would I want it? Fuck it off. Yep. Like, I hope it got burnt as soon as it come off my fucking leg. Like, I hope that incinerator was red hot running in the background and old mate surgeon went fucking so I didn't even look. Fucking, because he does it so much, you know, like fuck keeping that thing, holding on to it.
I guess like the other thing too is like you gotta stop and think about it. Give it fucking 2 years. You're gonna have so many legs. Like you're
gonna hate legs.
You're gonna literally have a shelf full of like, right, this is me like morning hangout leg. This is me sleeping leg. This is me running leg. This is me fucking shower leg. This is me fucking riding bike leg. This is you'll literally have a fucking shelf. It's like, I really don't want my dirty, rotten real leg at the end of it all.
Nah.
Let's just let that go.
Let's let that
so
go.
There's the answer to that one, ladies and gentlemen. It's fucking gone.
Yeah,
cunts.
she's gone. It's burnt. It's turned into fucking dust. Charcoal. She's charcoaled. Yeah, so, but yeah, after it all, the confronting parts of everyone seeing it and, you know, having other mates drop in after it all and shit, you know, obviously every day I got more content with it and every day, you know, it was just like easier. Yep. And by the second day, I was up. I hopped into the shower, showered myself, out, buddy dressing myself and all that, and they've come in and, oh, you had a shower, have you? Yeah. How'd you do that? I said, like I always do. Turn the water on, fucking wash myself.
Put myself under the fucking taps.
Like, they're like, you're unreal. Like, you make sure you call us, you know, like you could slip or you could. It's like, I get it. I understand all your concerns, but you just have to understand my side.
Yeah.
And yeah, by the end, they definitely fucking did.
I'll call you once I slip.
Yeah. And I didn't even really never come to that.
Yeah.
You know, one time, and because it was, they have floorboards, like floating floor in there, and I dumbassed it one morning and I had a shower and put me sock on, me right leg, and hopped with the sock on floorboards, and my last hop to stop because I got to I kept going 1 foot slide, you know, and I was like because fuck, and then it just stopped, and I was like, all right, that was enough to be like, slow down, man.
You need to get some of those grippy socks and just run them all the time. Just the little bits of fucking silicone under them. Yeah. I've actually got a few pairs. I did some MDP ones for a while.
Yeah, and they were medical ones.
Yeah, they were.
They're medical, and they're long.
Yeah, fuck, I should probably find some. They'll be somewhere.
That's right. Fuck.
Fuck, I had a whole bunk. I don't know what I did with them.
Yeah. So then, obviously, still in hospital. Was wanting out very quick. They were all. My surgeon said, like, you can go.
Yeah.
I think it was probably 4 days after 5. Like, if you're happy, you're willing, like, you can go, blah, blah, blah.
Yep.
I was a very squeaky wheel in that first little bit until the surgeon said that. And then the surgeon told all the nurses that.
Yeah.
I'd packed all my shit. Yep. I made it look like, and then I went, right, handbrake. I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah.
These are all on me page now.
Yeah.
I've got your attention.
Yeah.
Get me everything I need. Paperwork, NDIS, Centrelink, fucking every single bit that needs to be corresponded with someone from here.
Yeah.
I'm not going anywhere until you get it all for me. Because I've been here before and I'll get lost, I'll get forgotten about, and then I've got to do it all over again.
Yeah.
Without cutting it off. So that's where it's at. All right,
And
cool.
health wise, you're good, so don't worry about that. Worry about this, sort of.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And again, I'll call you if I'm not right. So yeah, that I had to sit. I after pulling the handbrake on, I was so eager to go, but I sat for another week. I think waiting. Sure. I waited for all of it. Got it all in the end, but it took some time. Yep. And they then realised that this dude's worried that he's going to get forgotten. Yeah. Like, because I said, I know what this system's like. As soon as I leave, I get chewed up, spat out the other side, and Matt's forgotten about until I either come and present myself again and go through all the fucking paperwork and all of this shit just to get things that I need that I should have realistically already had. Yep. So that all happened well and worked and went in my favour. I just had to be patient, which wasn't a problem after the last 11 months. Then, the time came and it was like, right, I've got everything, made sure, got everything in line, bloody cool. All right, let's do this. Let's go. Kind of, Mum was on her way up and she come and grabbed me and, went back home and here we kind of are in short.
Really, that's sort of
short form, I guess, in the long run. But there's been that much that's happened, and so please, if there's questions or like that's going to give these guys,
that's what I'm
because I'm trying to.
And it's hard for me because like I sort of know it all anyway, so it's like I'm digging in to be like, okay, how do we put this for like everyone else to like understand?
Because there's so much, and I know you guys, the people that are interested, are interested, and I want to be able to give that to you. I want to explain it, but it's a lot. Prior to this being real and raw, me and Borgs had a bit of fucking talk, and I was like, it was just shitful. Not for anything I did, not for anything Shane did. It was just confronting. It was raw. It was straight up in the morning. It was like just a lot going on. So I feel a little bit like burnt, burnt out.
I do, and even just to like sort of explain that a little bit better before we started this podcast today, we had our own little discussion that was pretty deep and open, and like it was more of like, to be completely honest, it probably would have been a great podcast, but it was more personal.
It was between for me right now. It was too perso,
definitely, and like just sort of too early for that sort of shit. That was just a convo for two mates,
and it come out of nowhere.
It did, it did, and it was sort of just like, I get that, that's sort of thrown you a little bit in a sense.
But I'll touch on that soon.
It'll all get there, 100%.
I'll touch on that in a little bit, but because I know there's some other people out there.
But I think, in a nutshell, I think that's like you definitely sort of put most of it out there. I think, like you said, now you're back home now.
Yep.
It's the slow process of, like you're saying earlier, you were having a shower within the first 3 days, but that you were still wrapped up and all that sort of stuff. Now showers are like clean. You can hop in the shower, sit in the fucking shower with your leg out, all that sort of stuff. Wash it all. And then obviously things like gym and just physio appointments and stuff like that have pretty much just been the main
consuming
thing in the last out of hospital to now.
Yeah. Hence why I haven't been really too active in social areas and all the above, and I want to get that across to just everyone, and as well as close mates and just people. Shane touched on it earlier, people trying to reach out to me and whatnot, and it's not for any reason that I haven't either answered or replied or gotten back to, because I'm working hard on myself. And it 9 times out of 10 the phone calls come at the worst time.
Yes.
And then
fucking always.
Yeah, dude. And then just with everything going on, that phone call then gets forgotten about. And then I'm on to the next thing and on to the next thing. So I apologise for anyone out there that, has contacted me and I haven't gotten back to them or whatnot. I will, and we'll catch up and we'll have nothing will be any different.
Yeah,
we'll
of course.
all be the
obviously
same.
There's
I'm just going
there's a
through a
bit going on.
fair chunk of fucking medical shit right now.
Yeah.
So please, don't take nothing to heart.
Yep.
Yeah, I was going somewhere with that because you led on.
Yeah.
But
Well, it's like rehab, physio. You're smashing through all that shit,
Home
sorting your shit
now.
out. Like again, touched on earlier, the slow weaning off drugs, because we know how much of an issue that is and has been. Again, we won't get deep into that because that's not anyone else's business at the moment.
no, but at the same time too, I like to put like
Be
I'm
open,
not
but
hiding from it.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm not running from it.
Yeah.
I know that they're there. They're in my system. I'm very vigilant with what I've taken away out of the chart, let's say. Now I'm just on the things that I know I need to keep me going till the next fucking movement, whatever it is. But I'm just going now week to week of how I feel. I've got a medical plan, like a drug plan that's done by a pain specialist.
Yep.
That's the word I was looking for before.
Yep.
The pain specialist did a plan and has obviously sent that through to a doctor, blah, blah, blah. So we're running pretty solidly on that.
Yep.
That's going forward.
Yep.
That's
And
looking
I
good.
I think just to like touch on, because like you said, like your goal is to there is a plan, a pain plan here, but like, and like you said it earlier, like that your goal is
I want to half it.
You don't want to stick to that plan. You want to beat the plan.
Yeah, I'm going to
like,
stick to the plan.
I'm just saying things like that out loud for everyone else makes things a lot like sort of clear, because like there were those things that made it was good. It's good to hear that shit.
Yeah. So
that
there
you
is.
see
So
it like that,
there's
you know
a
what I mean?
pain specialist plan. Like it's not just a willy-nilly fucking, off you go, 8 weeks, broken leg. Like there was a lot, and there has been, comparing to all my other experiences, there's been a lot more involved.
And considering
Involvement
history has to
with
be
the history,
involved.
all of the above. So, and like I've said to everyone, that it's been kind of brought up with since. It's like my words exactly to everyone. I'm pissed scared of it.
Yeah.
Like, that's bottom line. I'm fucking scared of being in a position of where I once was and had to go to rehab for and clean myself up from the same fucking shit, medication, all the above. But I'm fucking so aware and I'm so onto it. I'm in a position of going like, right, I know my limits, and that's that. Don't push those limits. You're going to have shit days. You're going to have good days. You've got that there. Use it. Don't abuse it. And hopefully, with it all going on and all the great stuff that's to come, still, leg, all the above, that's only going to make it easier for me to do what I need to do in the time to just drop. Mm-hmm. Now, I'm pretty confident in saying that because of what I've been through.
Mm-hmm.
Other people, even closest friends, haven't been through it, so there's a lot of understanding there, but not as much as what I think I've now got the understanding from the experiences and the amount of time that's gone by in this position.
Yep.
So 1, I'm pissed scared of it. 2, I haven't felt this good. As I said, the clarity I got from when waking up in recovery was bullshit. Like that was a fire up my ass like I've never felt before. Yeah. Like it was unreal. Yeah. It's like, holy shit, I've made the right decision.
Yeah, and like, even I think your attitude in the first sort of few days in hospital and all that sort of stuff, like showed that, like, and like, you even said certain things, I think on that fucking Sunday that like it almost felt like there was like this fucking toxic thing in your leg that was, I don't know, just not rubbing things right in general. And like now that that's all gone, like it feels better.
Fuck, dude.
Like,
and it's so weird too.
Yeah, like even saying that out loud to like say, it's sort of like, what do you mean? But like, I guess like to put it into perspective, it's sort of like, let's just say there was just like this growth in your leg that was
An infection.
Yeah, some sort of fucked infection that was constantly like just giving grief. And now that that's completely been cut, like it's look, put at the end of the day, man. Like there's you've got an apple and there's a bit of a rotten bit on it.
Yeah.
Cut the rotten bit of apple out. The apple's still fucking good to eat.
Yes.
But for a long time, that apple looked useless and felt useless.
But if you leave that apple to continue to rot, it'll rot itself completely.
Oh, 100% it fucking will. 100% it will. Once that fever's in there.
And that's why I guess it got to that point within myself. And that's where the clarity and everything and the greatness and the goodness.
You made the right choice.
Right choice instantly.
Of like,
fucking fuck yeah. Like a yes.
Yeah.
Like it was so hard. Not so hard, but it was harder signing the piece of paper to say amputation is happening.
Yeah.
Rather than going there.
Yeah.
To get it done.
Yeah. Interesting.
You know, like.
And then the actual feeling of it being done was almost like like it was a positive overwhelm.
Huge.
More than you'd really expect. Like
yeah.
You don't think anyone would wake up from having a leg cut off and have like a good feeling. Like that should just be shit for everybody. But
depends on the circumstance.
Correct. The fact that
you
your
wake
leg
up
was so fucked that this is a satisfying release, then like that just proves how fucked that leg was.
Man, yeah, and like legit. It when I used to say that, it wasn't said just because of wanting to say it. You know, it was fucking like, dude, this is fucked.
Yep.
So I can't. And in saying that, if anyone's in a position of just about to go through amputation, everyone's different. Don't expect it to be the same. Yeah. I just need to get that out there. Yep. Because
I mean, aim high.
Aim high. Do it. Do what you got to do. Yeah, but don't think. Yeah, my experience is going to be the same as yours.
Yeah.
Because I'm a very rare case. I've been told.
Yeah, for sure.
Very. So that's why I say that. But yeah, just here we are.
Well, I think too, just like story wise, a couple of days ago you had your first fitment.
Yes.
Which is pretty much probably like the end of the story at the moment.
Well, I was just more so that before that just I'm gonna unwrap because that's easy to do now.
Yeah.
And just to give a bit of an idea of just ease of it all, I guess, now comparing to what it was. So that's this is what they call a shrinker. So that's just there for warmth and protection, I guess, a little bit. But this is a shrinker. So what that is it's very tight and it holds that bottom part from going bulbous and pulling out, which makes fitment really fucking difficult and all the above. But even before I put this shrinker on,
so is that really tight?
Yeah.
Like it looks really tight.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, like even
try and grab that.
Yeah, no, I don't want to like pinch it too much, but no, I'm not getting that.
That's tight.
Yeah.
To get that on is pretty.
Like it is a cunt.
No, it's not a cunt. It's a bit of a prick because there's pain.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. So obviously, if you're listening to this podcast, you can't see his fucking leg right now, but we're just
just looking at it basically and see that the length. Like I've got, if I put the back of my palm on a kneecap,
it's like your hand.
I've got a hand length of leg.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie, that's all fucking healing up, fucking great.
Dude, look at it.
Yeah, right.
This is what I mean. I'm fucking leaps and bounds.
Yeah.
Like this is, I know where I'm at. And I'm smiling because...
Bro, it doesn't even look...
Look, like...
Yeah. What's that? Is there like a little bit of a... Oh, no, that's the end of this scab, your scar.
Yeah.
Like, how... Is that no hurties? No... Can you feel it all?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
But you doing that...
I've never touched your knob before.
You doing that... semi feels like it's here.
Oh yeah, okay. Because
'Cause
that's
this-
what's happened is your back of your thigh.
So what
your back of
they've
your
done is they cut.
calf.
They get to the middle, and there's a nerve that runs, and it's a big dog, and it runs down, and it goes into your foot,
Yep.
which gives you then all your sensation to the brain,
Yep.
signals,
Yep.
all of it. So they used to just cut that completely through and tie that nerve off and tie it. Where now they cut half to the nerve, grab the nerve, pull it, cut it, and it goes twang back up into the leg, and that is to help phantoms.
Okay.
They've discovered research that
Yep.
that is a big thing of phantom pain. And then they get through that. They've strung the nerve. It's twung back up, and then they keep going, and the cut finishes here, and like here.
Yeah. Yep.
So that has just gone like that.
Yep.
Got a little bit of calf muscle on there still, and they've folded it up, stitched it over the top. Now that calf muscle that's in there is like suspension as such.
Yeah, it looks like it, bro.
It's like cartilage in between every bone, every joint you've got cartilage, and that cartilage is used as suspension.
Yeah.
Basically, it's only very thin.
Yep.
So yeah, that's kind of what that's doing there now.
And like the pressure you're putting on that now, pain, little bit, how like on a scale,
uncomfortable.
Scale me. Uncomfortable.
It's very
so it doesn't
uncomfortable.
hurt. It's just like this feels weird.
It's not weird. It's
because obviously
it's pressure. It's like pressure to
end
the
of the
point.
bones there. Like there has to be some sort of
But
like
there's muscle over the bone.
yeah.
So I'm not touching any tib and fib here by doing this because there's a thick
Is there two bones?
tib and fib. You got your main,
Yeah.
and then you got your small.
And do they just stop?
Yeah. Yep.
You know what I'm saying? It's sort of like, what? This doesn't make fucking... I didn't really think about that part. I sort of always just thought it was one bone in my head.
That's
But
a
you've got,
tib and fib.
of course.
So they've cut through two bones.
How do they not like...
There's a lot in between. And I'm pretty sure they... Because I asked, because one of the boys asked, and I was like, fuck, I don't even know. Do they tie the bone together? Like at the bottom?
Yeah, like...
Just do they bring it together?
Yeah.
And I think they do anchor the two, but not.
Squished so they don't bind together, but they somehow...
They'd probably, they'd
'Cause,
heal.
like, do you know what I mean? Like, they'd move like...
Yeah, and no, it's too short, in a sense.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, but...
Have you got x-rays?
Yeah,
Have you been x-rayed after it?
nah, yeah.
That's
should
going to
go
be
do
interesting
that.
as fuck.
Yeah, should do that. Book one.
Just
of
to
them,
see
yeah.
the fucking spine, the cut, like, what?
Yeah,
That's almost something I haven't even like visualized it yet. But now I'm visualizing. I'm like, I don't know. I think you all like. I always just visioned like a big bone and that's it, not two bones.
that's your femur.
yeah,
That's your upper leg.
of course.
Lower leg, you got your two. See the extension?
Yeah,
Like, dude, that's proper squashed.
Yep.
No more. I don't have to touch it. Lock. Like, I can't. There's no more.
I can't help it. You got no idea how funny it look. Like it just looks like a big knob all the time. Oh, it's so immature, but it's not because it's just like, fuck, look at the size of this gun's fucking knob.
You wait till I get my prosthetic and I put it like that.
Oh, yeah.
And I
dude,
hang
like
it
that.
with my
Fucking
prosthetic here and a towel over. And I just fucking draw a Japs on the end of it.
Oh, fucking hell.
But yeah, so then that's that.
Yeah.
And all healed and looking good. But
Yep.
so this fucker is like, I have to,
Yeah, you can tell you're putting strength in. Like you're ripping that open before it goes on.
and see how it's got like grippies. They're the grippies we're
That's
talking
what you
about,
need
the
on your
sock.
sock, cunt.
Yeah. So like all up top sweet because it comes up to the thigh, but like that's all I've got to get over that, you know. So I've got to do that.
And like hoof it over, yeah, fuck.
And like, it fucking hurts.
Yeah.
And
Why
then
does that hurt? But when you're like playing with it, it doesn't. Because it's just fucking all of
and
it.
I'm rolling at
pulling
the
it,
same
it's all-
time, and
yeah.
I can, and I think visually because I can see when I'm doing it because the scar is over the top, I can see it all.
Bind up.
It
sort of.
almost rolls over the scar.
Yeah, so it's more of a bit of a mentally thing too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's kind of how easy it all is dealt with, and just pull that sucker up as far as you can go. Put your bloody warmer on.
Fuck yeah.
And that's that. Drop your fucking panties down.
No worries. Fucking A.
Good to go.
So yeah, fitment is what we're
Where
leading
we-
into. So
yep.
like that's sort of your, as obviously we literally just said, like it all looks like it's fucking healing well. It all looks fucking good in that sense.
Yeah.
As good as it gets. But yeah, and what, 2 days ago?
Yeah. Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Yes.
What's today? Tuesday. Fuck, that was
So, yeah. So Friday.
Friday. Yeah.
Because then I've got Tuesday again for another fitment arrange.
So if that fitment session, do you not have a leg because it didn't fit?
No.
Okay.
I was not allowed to go home with it due to their safety rules.
Why?
Exactly.
Because like what, you're not ready yet? Is that what sort of the?
I know I'm ready. They're just not allowed to.
Why?
Because I go home and fall and break me femur or dislocate me knee. Why did that happen? Did you give him the right amount of, instructions? Did you show him this, show him that? It comes down to even the smallest things now of like pivoting, turning. I can't just pivot.
Yeah, fair.
I have to step around
Yep.
the corner. I can't just spin unless I do it on my right leg.
Yep.
So, that in itself, if I didn't know that and I just went, spun around on it, well, fuck, knee dislocation. This knee's had a reco on it as well.
So you got to be pretty careful there.
Be careful, not much there. And once that sucker's on, man, it's on. Like the suction and it's not falling off.
Really?
There is no fucking way. No.
So it actually like sucks on, or is it just that tight? Like,
It's
is there like
tight. It's tight. No, I've
so
got a
super
valve.
tight.
Did you watch that video?
Yeah, but like there's like a little
Okay.
air valve underneath, because
Yeah.
obviously when you put it in it, there's air that gets stuck.
Well, it's a socket.
Yeah.
And it's a sealed socket up top.
Yep.
So no matter how much I push,
There's always going to be like an air socket, air
Mm.
bubble.
yeah, and it's an air lock.
Yep.
And you're not going past that.
Yeah.
So then, that's why you hold the button,
Yep.
push in and
No shit.
and then to get it off, I tried.
Yep.
In that video, you could see. I was like, oh, hang on, let's just see. And I push and I was trying to get it off without it. You could,
Yeah.
but, fucking lot of force. No, just press the button. I did it with one hand. Come off. But that still was painful. When it gets to here, like when you slide it and it gets to the end.
Taking it off.
Off and on.
Yeah.
Both. It's like there's this pull when it's coming off and it's like a compression of something. I don't know why it's always comes to like pressure and compression. Yeah. But and then same deal with going on, like at the start, I couldn't get it in. And she's like, oh, let me just go get a liner. And it's a real like thin but slick,
Yeah.
kind of.
Bit of lube, mate. Lube her up.
But what I realised that I did, fucking beginner's mistake. There's
Fair.
two 8mm bolt heads either side of the valve.
Yep.
And I was pushing one of the bolts. I thought I was pushing the valve open.
Oh.
So the valve was locked.
Oh, so you're trying to jam it in, and it's air. You just
airlock.
pumping air.
Yeah, I was doing what we just spoke about.
Right. Yeah.
And then she's like, "Oh, is that tight?" And she said, "Oh, hang on, let me go and get a liner." Put the liner on, and on this time I'm going, that would have went on, and I'm like, I bet you it was the valve. So then I looked and found it, and then went pushed it, and then it went on. But realistically, I don't care how slippery your liner is. It's another layer.
Yeah.
It's thicker.
Yeah, so it's going to be...
So it makes so much sense that was the issue. I wasn't pushing the valve.
Yeah.
So, So now knowing that, I won't have to put one of those slippery things on to get it in.
Yeah.
I just push on the valve now and get it in. It's still painful. Got to put so much force through it to get it on. And then once it's on...
Is that probably just because a bit of early days too? It'll
to a degree, but then it
spot.
needs to be tight.
Yeah, you sort of want that.
Yeah, because it's all different shaped. So it's shaped different here, obviously for the patella and up around here. But that shape has to get over this first.
Yeah.
So this has to feel the whole part, all of it, until it goes. Oh, there's all its little.
So do they mold your
parts.
leg?
Yeah.
Full
So they cast it.
With what?
was
Classic, old school.
Cast, plaster.
Really? That's it?
Yep. It's like plaster funhouse. But just it's very minimal. It was just one sheet. And then she'd cut a little bit of a sheet and a square, put that on the end, and molded all of that. But what she did firstly, she drew all over me leg. Line here, line there, down, one there, just doing all these things. And I think, what the fuck? What's that going to do for you later? I'm taking that with me.
Yeah.
And when she pulled the cast off, it's like tattoo transfer paper, man. All of that was in there. No longer here. Yep. I was like, wow, that's cool. That's a bit of I never knew that was a thing.
Yeah, that's pretty. Yeah, that makes sense.
So then that obviously gives her
markings when you actually go to mold the thing.
She knows that needs to be there. That part goes on that part of the leg, and then we'll push in there.
I wonder what the next process is like. Do they then fill that?
Yes, I asked.
Yeah, so they fill that with some sort of silicone or something.
Yeah, like a ballistics gel.
Yeah,
almost.
And then they mold your suction cup
the
to
thing that I wore.
Fake stump.
The thing that I wore.
Yeah.
Was molded off that ballistics gel leg, because I would have had an exact ballistics mold of that.
Yeah. Fuck, I'd be asking for that.
Yeah, I know. I didn't think of that until then. I had a leg.
Still got it though, because they might have to remake it or something.
I'll ask, but and then off that cast,
blow it up or shoot it or something, dude, like they do on the YouTube channels.
But then, that cast that she took, man, she's awesome at what she does, this chick. Just bang on to everything, and kind of, I'm thinking, fuck, she's going to have to, this is going to take probably 2 weeks of just remolding and shaping and all of that before I can even take a step.
Yeah.
Where it was once we got through and it was on and it was seated, it was
And you could feel it
but it was still not right.
But is that because it's still all healing and shit? Yeah.
No. It was just still not right because she said, "All right, Matt, sit back down. Let's take all of it off. I need to see for let's look for redness, pressure, rubbing, all of the above."
Yeah.
Cool. Did that, and on the patella tendon, which is the one that runs down straight under your kneecap and goes down your shin.
Yep.
So that tendon is what takes a lot of my body weight now when it's on, as well as other areas around here. This part doesn't even touch the bottom.
Oh, really?
Basically, yes. It's all held, and I walk from up here now. You know, probably from around here.
I wouldn't have thought that at all. I would have thought that 90% of it is just like, bro, you're walking on that.
Nah.
That's floating almost.
Nearly.
Wow.
That's why I could do what I could do, man. This is the optical illusion to people of saying like, oh, he's doing that.
Yeah.
Like, what do you need that shit for then?
Yeah.
No, it's not the case. Like, there's so much involved.
Yep.
So much. But anyway, she did that first one, got it on. She's like, how's it feel? Took it for a walk. All right, let's take it off. So there's a bit of rubbing here, a bit of fucking pain there, whatever. Pulled it off, sure enough. Red there. Cool. All right. Because originally I asked her to build me a black one.
Yep.
And she came out with it was clear. And she said, look, mate, sorry, don't worry about it. It's only colour. Like, whatever. I'm going to have another 10 of them.
And there's spray paint.
Yeah, and I'm probably going to get another 10 of them anyway. So let's just worry about what we've got to do.
Yeah. Just make sure it fits, fucking.
But the main reason why she did that was and made it out of that different material was, and then she could go, no, and she took it off, man. She took it in the room, heated it up, and fucking remolded it in areas, and I put it back on, and I went, oh, I could have ran.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so it was like sick. Like that's sick that you thought enough to make it out of something, regardless of what color I wanted. I couldn't give a fuck about the color. Yeah. But you've done that, and you've made it, in a sense that now you can remold it after I've spoken to you.
What do they use? Like, it's obviously not fiberglass then.
Nah, this is like the medical industry is one crazy fucking system. Yeah. They've got so much fucking shit. Yeah, I know. Yeah. That's like space age shit. It's like, why don't we know about this? Why isn't this a normal thing? You know, like materials and fucking.
For her to be able, like, it would have to be some sort of like plastic.
It is. It's to feel it and to look at it. It's plastic, bro. It's fucking perspex, thick to look at. Yeah. You can't look through it. Yeah, it's smoky. Yeah, and I don't know if that's from heating it.
Yeah, probably.
I don't know.
It depends what it is. It depends
what it is.
What it is. Yeah, like.
Yeah. So I was stoked on that. But the other thing was I fucking forgot to take a fucking shoe for the left leg because I forgot. So I had to run one of theirs, and it was like an old school, like old grandpa's Velcro shoe. So even that could have been enough to just slightly been putting me out. You didn't have two of the same shoes on.
Yeah. What about no shoes, or you just don't? You don't do that. Like,
but my foot for the day was a block of steel.
Yeah, but like, say for instance, like you move forward in time, and like you're in your fucking bedroom at night, and you don't want to be wearing shoes. If you take your shoe off and then take your shoe off the fake leg, is it still the same? And like, that's
why my foot's still on order.
Yeah, right.
They haven't sent me my foot. That's why I walked on a block of steel because that's all she could dolly up to get me walking because she knew I was so like eager to walk. And she's like, mate, your foot's still not here. Like I ordered it, and it's to size and everything. And
did they mold your foot for that?
No, you don't need shape of your foot. Yeah. You just need a shape of a foot.
Size 10 rubber foot, sort of.
Size 10, rubber? Yeah, but they're slip-on. Like you can put your foot on from the ones I've seen.
Like you put it on the blade, if you will.
Yeah. That's what it was. Yep. And so that one I walked on was a blade.
Yep.
But on the bottom of the blade was just like a block of alloy or something, maybe, just to fill the shoe up. So yeah, once I get my foot, and once I take both the same fucking shoe, I'm going to buy a brand new pair of shoes.
Yep.
So they're both the same height. And
because you can't use the ones you've been wearing because your right leg's going to be fucking worn down, yeah?
Yeah.
Even if it's just general cushioning in the, when you just...
in your sole.
Yeah.
Yep, there's all of it. So it's like, right, new set of shoes. They're my shoes that I take to rehab and physio for fitment and to walk in front of them. Sweet as, that's that. So that could have thrown me off a little bit and made it a little uncomfortable too. Mm-hmm. But again, man, we're going off. This is still so early days. This is the very first time I've ever tried it. And bro, you wouldn't believe how heavy this fucker is.
Oh, really?
But it's lighter than my foot. It's lighter than what I had. It's so much lighter than what I had, right? But this fucker is heavy.
What? To like hold it or when it's on your leg?
On my leg. To lift it up was like, holy fuck, Holly. Like, then that's the chick that helps me, right? And she goes...
But it's lighter than your leg.
It's 100%. Yep. I asked the surgeon how much my leg... I said, when you cut it off and you had it in your hand before you put it in the bag, what do you reckon it weighed? 3 to 4 kilo.
Yep.
In that part of your leg.
Yep.
With foot. With this, it'd probably... I didn't ask the weight of it, but, you know, to hold it, let's say 2.
Yep.
Half it.
Yep.
But fuck, man, to lift it was like... This thing's made out of the thickest steel you could find. Yeah.
Do you think that's just because there hasn't been anything on it for a couple of weeks?
Well, I said it to her. Said, how heavy is this thing? Like, why? And she goes, no, it's actually lighter than what you had cut off. I said, no, it's not. Because it doesn't feel like that. And she goes, it won't, Matt.
Shit.
And she said, it won't, Matt. And I was like, why? She goes, well... all your tendons, muscles, nerves, everything that was all connected down here was all as one and was working as one from the day you were born. Yeah. Now, you know, there was muscle down here that was allowing me to lift. Yeah. And it was all, and it helps. But you just go and put a dead fucking something there and lift it. And it's like, holy shit. She goes, that will come to the point where it feel normal.
Yeah, for sure.
But your muscles up here have to get used to it. And these fuckers up here are going to grow pretty quick once I start walking.
100%.
From muscle memory and all of that. But yeah, she said that'll slowly diminish. But that's the reason why it feels so heavy. Yeah. It's actually so much lighter, but it feels like, no shit, it felt 10 times heavier.
It's like all the muscle in this section is doing actually so much work.
Yep.
You don't realise, but now you're relying on just these muscles to do the work as the whole leg used to, so of course it's going to feel heavier.
Where you'd think that just from your hip and your pivot in your hip and the muscles just to your knee would be doing all of that, which now it is.
Yeah, but once you put weight on it,
you notice it. It's like, holy shit.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. It was really interesting. So now, tomorrow, go back there. Can't wait. I'm gonna have to buy some new shoes today.
What are you gonna get? Fucking a big fat pair of skate shoes, or are you gonna get some walking shoes?
Nah, fuck walking shoes.
Get some aesthetics.
No, I'm going to pair of fucking DVS's. And then I'm going to go do a kickflip. No, I just get a new...
Kid out of skate shoes, let me tell you, never.
Just get another pair of Vans or something. But yeah, new pair of shoes. Go there tomorrow. Fucking make sure I'm pushing on the valve. Slip that sucker in with just the liner that is always going to be there.
Yep.
And get walking again and try and really hone in on what feels weird and potentially what she could fix and help with the molding, because I have to really hone in and get that right now.
Yeah, definitely.
That's So that's kind of where that's at, and I'm just now looking forward to it. Just every time I was looking forward to rehab and physio up to this point, but now it's even more of like, let's go.
So going back to the whole, like, you're not allowed to take it all home yet.
Yeah.
What
risk?
Is that you need to achieve certain things to like tick the goals off, or it's just like you need to do it for their like time limit?
No, like I said on the video, I said, I was putting the liner back on, the main liner, and I just said, now we're going off to do those adjustments.
Yeah.
And I said, so Holly, if this was my foot that was on the end of my leg that you've just built, would I be able to walk out here today? And it's just like, no. No. And I said, like, well, you just seen what I did, yeah? And she's like, I know. You're capable. I've got no doubts. We just need to tick the boxes.
Yeah, right.
You know, there's another lady that was there. I can't remember her name. But she is the one that's going to then step in next once all the moulding and it feels sick.
Mm-hmm.
She'll step in next to then take me outside, walk on grass, walk on a hill, go up a ramp, go up some steps.
Yep, true.
Which is cool. I get all that.
Yep.
But I'm only doing it fucking once.
Yeah.
And as soon as you see me conquer,
so there isn't
each
an
one,
actual like time. It's just like you said. Once we've ticked all these boxes, you can take your leg and fuck off.
But I'm still. It's not just fuck off. I've still got heaps of like, rehab.
Yeah.
I'll continue on with that.
Fuck yeah.
But just with 2 legs. So it's as much of a process as it's been. It's happened so quick.
Yeah.
To like since cut.
Yeah, definitely.
Not since break.
Yeah, that was slow. That was fun.
The break, I if I had the crystal ball, I would have lopped it off
straight away.
Fucking 2 days after I broke it.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway,
that's not how life works.
That didn't happen. So yeah, but anyway, we're now here. It was a big learning curve all the way along that road. So yeah, I've got a lot more of an understanding now of everything here that I've got going on, and I'm only going to learn more, and that excites me as well. You guys out there hitting me up, messaging me, like writing to me, just like I'm so like. Firstly, thank you. I appreciate it, and I do tell people that I appreciate everything. But like, that is one part of like the fire that's inside, because it's like,
show these cunts.
Well,
sort of.
Oh,
and
to a
not
point.
Not in like any. It's just like
to a point. It's just like, look, guys.
Yeah.
I'm doing it.
Yeah.
It's happening.
Yeah.
Like, cool. Fuck yeah. Like, everyone's saying, like, I knew you'd do it. I knew you could do it. Like, fuck yeah, and all of that, which is grouse, and it helps. But I knew.
Yeah.
Like, I knew. But it was just really good, nice to hear that other people that didn't really even know me, man, you got this in the bag. I've seen you. I've watched you grow from rehab to now. You can see what kind of person you were. But right now, like, you are that plus fucking so much more. You're a fucking soldier, all these things. Yeah. And it helps, man. It's just such a drive, because, you get excited from that last post to then the post of me walking was like, yes, check it, dudes. Look at this. And then when I go, and then, next one, I'll be fucking in the workshop. Or I'll be leaving there with it on, or whatever, like it's all exciting shit from now, and has been, and I'm in that headspace, I'm in that drive, I'm in that, so that's like why when certain things like this morning and things like that, it fucking gets me.
Yeah, of course.
Because it's just like, I'm going, boys, I'm fucking going, I'm doing it. It's fucking happening. Trust me. It's all fucking like CUDA. Like, I couldn't ask for any better.
Yeah.
I couldn't, man.
Yeah.
I seriously, I couldn't ask for any more.
Yeah, definitely.
To what's happened.
Yeah.
It's perfect. Everything has happened and worked to how it should, if not fucking better.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, looking at it like that is a good way. Like,
it's a good way to sum it up.
Fuck yeah. And like, even just like the fact that is the case, then like, fuck yeah. Like, it could be so much worse. You could still be bedridden and you haven't fucking moved your leg once because you're too fucking scared to. Like there could be so many other options, but the fact that you are,
and I've said this a bit,
pushing through it.
But I've said this a bit too since I've been out. Like, there's so many people way worse off.
Oh,
I got good mates.
Yeah.
Way worse off.
Yeah.
That's not to take anything away from this.
Yeah.
But at the same time too, remember it, know it, and when you are having a bad day, have a think.
Yeah.
Have a bit of a think back on that, and just there's many people out there way worse off. But I ran into a male nurse on the way out from my last session there on Friday. And I'm sure I'd seen him at some point along the way, which I probably did in hospital somewhere.
Yep.
And he kind of made the eye contact of like, oh, maybe I've seen you too. Anyway, we did the old go, mate, how you going? Yeah, pretty good. And he stopped and said something, and I might have, I was shitty at that point. I was like, fucking whatever. And he said, oh, how you going? How's your day? I said, yeah, it's going good. I get to walk today, I hope. And fitment's happening, all the above, blah, blah, blah. He's like, oh, that's fucking great. You should be feeling fucking, which I was, but I was just fucked off.
Yeah.
There was just shit going on and all the above. And I said to him, dude, I got so much respect for people like yourself, but what makes you want to be here and do this?
Yeah.
And like he took a few steps over to me and got down at me level, and
like got real.
You know what it is, mate? It's just people like you.
Yeah.
That's
gangster.
And I was like, yeah, right. And I said, like, not me just individually. He said, to a degree, but I'm also talking in a whole.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I'm looking at everyone around here and they're all fucked.
He said that.
Unless it's a receptionist or
I know what you mean.
Or a doctor or physio, whatever.
Yeah.
But, and they're all fucked. Like, I'm not.
Yeah.
Because I wake up, I get out of bed, I have a shower, take a shit, I have breakfast, I do everything normal.
Mm. Yeah, when you see
that's what makes me come back here.
Yeah.
Because it allows me to see how fortunate I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I said, that's unreal, man. That's sick. Thanks for saying that. And not just for me.
Yeah.
That's just sick to hear you say that, and put that message across. And I was like, fuck, man. And I kind of explained, like nurses, whoever it is, you guys, nurses, doctors, surgeons, I take my hat off to you because you do a lot for people like me and others. But if in my situation, if I didn't have people like you, I'd be fucked.
Yeah.
Like proper.
Yeah.
And it would have been a long time ago.
Yep.
And he's kind of go, oh, well, that's really nice to hear, man. Like, thank you. I said, no, thank you, man. And he kind of stood up and I did a bit of a spin in the wheelchair, ready to go out. And I just kind of looked back at him and I said, keep doing what you're doing, man. And more to the point, keep fucking smiling.
Yeah.
And he just put his thumb up and he goes, keep smiling, mate.
Yeah.
And it's that shit that, like, it's so much of that happens and you can't catch. That's just one scenario, and that might not mean fuck all to anyone listening.
Yeah, no, 100%.
But it like, that's just another, like, sick fucking, you legend. Like, right, I'm going out here just to have a breather and I'm going back in to walk. You've given me that extra boost to just go back in and go like, watch this. Bang, leg in, fucking sweet. Oh, it's a bit uncomfortable. Fucking walking. Fucking I'm doing it. All right, adjustments made. Holy shit, what a difference that's grouse. And like, I had pace, man.
Yeah.
Like I was walking and I realized that there and then instantly, and this is what I was saying to him, I adapt to shit so quick. I said to her, I've just realized that I need to engage my quad muscles and everything for everything to work right down there and not hurt within my knee region. And she goes, you're fucking unreal.
Yeah.
Bang on.
You understand your body, man. Most people don't understand their bodies.
Yeah.
At all. And like, just knowing that is such a leap ahead because you can like pinpoint things and you know what I mean? You understand it, like where people are just like, it hurts. Yeah, but like, what hurts? Why does it hurt? What's falling? What's like, and I think that just comes from, people like us just having injuries and being around the body as much and like knowing things that it just ends up being like a natural, I don't know, connection between mind and body. And like a lot of people just don't have that connection between mind and body, bro.
And no, they don't. And more to the point, people don't want that
Yeah.
connection between mind and
Because
body.
once they fucking connected, they'll realise how fucked they are.
And how much work they have to do.
Yeah.
It all comes back to doing the
You
fucking
haven't
work.
stretched since you were fucking 12, cunt. Your whole body's in a fucking lockdown mode like this, and you wonder why everything's so fucking shit. You're like, yeah, because you gotta fucking get in touch with your fucking...
Your own self, your own being.
Yeah,
You know, and just, again, just to fill a little bit more in on that, just whole experience of walking in that for the first time. Like, the dude that I work with in the gym's in the same area as the rehab is, and it's all glass windows split in the two buildings or two parts of it.
Yep.
Rooms. And I was in the gym first with Jai, and he kind of gives me sets and tells me, oh, where you want to go now? What? You want to use a rower, bike, this, that. Cool. Yep. And there's probably always a handful of people, 3 to 5 in there most days that I'm there.
Yep.
And then potentially anywhere from like 5 to 15 out in the rehab area.
Yep.
It's a much bigger area and all that.
Yep.
Dude, everyone knew in there. I had one dude come up to me last week, rolls up, and he goes, Are you 5 weeks in? I was like, yeah, why? He goes, fuck, man, that's crazy. That's unreal.
And he's in the same position?
He's an amputee, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. He's in a wheelchair and that as well. He's got a prosthetic. I seen him out there using his prosthetic and shit. And I kind of said, why? Like, where are you at? 6 years.
Whoa.
6 years, bro. So, man, comparisons are just like not even there.
What
so,
and like,
6 years.
what, he's not even, where's he at?
Walking with assistance when he's not in his wheelchair, because he doesn't walk out of there. He gets back, he takes it off and gets back in his wheelchair and wheels home to his car.
Wow.
And there's obviously complications, as might have been other things.
Everyone's different.
Everyone's different.
Yeah.
But that's a lot. That's 6 years, man. Like, and this dude's, he's not old.
Yeah.
And he's lived a life.
Yeah.
You can tell.
Yeah, so he's not
rough
like
dude.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
pretty
you have some grunt in him.
Oh, don't get me wrong. Fuck yeah. And he's come up to me, 5 weeks, yeah. Fuck, almost like kidding. Anyway, the reason I say that is when I stood up and started walking, I did one lap down with the rails.
Yep.
And then a lap back up with the rails. Didn't touch them once. And they're saying, make sure you got hold. No, not even. I waved over like that, like I had wings.
Yep. But
the whole time I'm going, I'm not using these things, man. I'm not touching them. I don't care. Oh yeah, but it's for safety. All right, cool. But I'm not touching them. I don't care. Watch. 1 step, 2 step, 3 step, 4 step. All right. I've taken 2 strides. I'm like, that's when I went, like this is it. And she goes, what? Like, she didn't know what the was for, whether it was pain or not. And I just was laughing. I'm like, this is so fucking good. Yeah. And she's like, oh, it's good. Oh my God, thank God, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then she was talking to her colleague that she's training at that time. By the time I got back down after I went up and then come back, my wheelchair was in there because I obviously stood out of the chair and got up and it was still there. So I walked up to it, unlocked the brakes, pushed the fucking thing out of the way and just took off and just started walking around the whole fucking thing. She's like, Matt, you got to be careful. I said, yeah, sorry, but I just got to do this.
Yeah, fuck.
And I was just I was striding around. I was fucking just walking. I was taking laps around the whole joint. And that's what made me realize, like, I've got to use my quad muscles. Because once I tensed that, all this went. Like the uncomfortableness in my knee, in the bottom of the leg. I was like, all right, sweet. So there you go again. Do something, figure it out, because that's the only way you can fucking do it.
Yep.
And that's the other part of it. Like I've said, since rehab, I'll never take advice from someone that hasn't done it.
Yeah, fuck.
Hasn't been there.
Yeah.
And that's all I've been getting, man.
Yeah, none of these cunts know what it's like.
No one knows.
Apart from the dude that's fucking 6 years deep. And he still doesn't know.
And bro, when I got to my wheelchair and took the brakes off and pushed the fucker out the way and kept going, I had the whole gym up against the glass windows watching.
Yeah.
And everyone else in there.
Yeah.
Because they've heard, like, fuck, this guy's only 5 weeks. He's now 6 weeks.
Yeah.
You know, like, this is his first leg.
See what happens.
Watch. Yeah. He's pretty confident in everything he says. And, like, all of them are just like, what? And that, again, bang, fire up the ass for me. You think that's cool?
Wait till I start dancing.
Wait till, I don't know what my next step is, but let's wait till that.
Yeah.
You know, like, I could have fucking danced, dude. I could have danced then.
Yeah.
No shit. If I knew how to fucking dance with a female, like, properly,
Yeah.
I reckon without a doubt I could have spun a fucking spin.
Fuck. That's crazy. It really is. Fucking hectic, man.
Yeah, it is. It's crazy.
The 6 year thing that's a big deal. Again, we don't know complications of the story, so like there could be something else that's completely in the way. But it does put things into perspective.
And he came up to me when we had this. When he first rolled up and asked me that.
Yep.
The first question. This was like 4 sessions ago.
Yeah.
The session Friday when I walked, he was there. He come up to me before I left the gym to go out into the rehab area. No, I was in the rehab area, and he come up to me. He goes, "Mate, I know this is your first time, stepping in to your leg. Just be patient. Just take it easy. Take it slow. Everyone thinks that they're just going to slip their leg on and walk." Yeah. And I'm just thinking to myself, cunt, that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah, and that's unfortunately why you're fucking 6 years deep, bro.
Not knowing your situation.
Correct, but
don't know.
But saying little things like that sell it for me.
Is that like a bit of like, hey, like, be careful, like, put you off your guard. It's no different.
That's his mindset.
Dude, yeah, like he probably didn't think.
Careful for 6 years. Can't put the fucking thing on and walk.
Use it, dude. Fucking use it.
Yeah.
Stretch it. Fucking bend it.
Yeah.
Make it feel fucked.
Yeah.
At the time.
Yeah.
Not after. You don't want to make it feel fucked and then you've stopped doing that and then it still feels fucked.
Of course.
Know your limits.
Yep.
But it's like, it just blows me away, man, that no shit. And they even said it to me, multiple people in different disciplines in the area of fucking just medical. They're like, you could do my job.
Yeah.
I'm like, I know. I've done it that many times.
Yeah.
Like, it's, these people that are dealing and working with me, man, they're probably 22. Who knows? They could be nearly half my fucking age.
Yeah, they'd all be kids, yeah. Like, because we forget, because, like, we're old.
We're kids, though. Yeah, up here.
Yeah, but those cunts were studying the shit after you'd broken your first leg, cunt. Like, you'd already broken 2 legs.
They didn't even know what they were.
In medical school.
They didn't even know that they were doing their life when I broke my first fucking leg.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Fucking who do you tell me anything, really?
That's what I mean. And this is scary also.
Fucking oath it's scary.
That's scary as fuck.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad that I had the experience.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Got
guess.
that knowledge because you know what. Again, and all that shit just shows. Again, not old mate as an example because we don't know the situation, but like that's the example of like what happens when you listen to them and don't listen to them and listen to yourself.
Of course, intuition, man. Run on it.
Like old mates just been like, because they've been like, take it easy, it might hurt. It's a slow process, and he's like, yep.
Yeah, I know.
It is.
Yeah, this sucks.
Just gonna fucking sit here and be, and like where you're taking that different attitude of like, let's just go, cunt.
Well, put it this way, in gym, it's just, I don't know what it is. It's just me. I gotta fucking stop sometimes and slow down, but
a little bit. Sometimes it is true. It's probably a bit of a double-edged sword.
It is, but
yeah.
Why I said that?
Something happened in gym. I think in gym.
Yeah.
I was doing.
The gym guy is like, all right, you're on the rower, say.
Yep.
Cool. And he always sits down there as I'm rowing, doing my thing, and just chats, talks and that.
Yep.
10 minutes on the rower, warm up.
Yep.
Cool. 10 minutes. All right, sweet. And keep talking. 15 minutes. I'm done now.
Yep.
All right, jump on the bike. Go for 10 minutes. All right, 15 minutes. Sweet. I'm happy. I'm just one-upping.
Yep.
Tyrone taught me that.
Yeah.
One up.
Yep.
And then went to upper body stuff and still using my other leg, doing my other leg stuff. All right, you got do 2 reps of 15 on that, and then we'll go to that one. We'll do 2 reps of 15.
Yep.
All right, sweet. Bang, straight off the bat, 4 reps of 20.
Yep.
So, and upping the weight.
Yeah, sick.
So I'm doing everything plus fucking so much more.
Yeah.
Like, and I guess again, coming back to earlier is where the frustration and everything is just like, dude, I'm working, bro.
Yeah.
I'm doing so much.
Yep.
Like in the areas I need to do right now.
Yeah.
Everywhere else I couldn't give a fuck at the moment.
Yeah.
I still care for everything.
Yeah.
But right now, this is it.
Yeah, it's getting that strength and that fucking oomph back in it all. Fully.
So, but it's there, it's coming, it's happening.
Yeah.
Can't complain about anything, man. Really, end of the day.
Yeah.
Long story short, it was fucked at the start. It was scary. Got it done. Felt the weight lift. Felt the goodness, and it's only progressed from there.
Yeah.
I can't say any fucking more about it, and otherwise I just keep repeating shit. And I can't say that I've experienced anything bad.
Yeah.
At all.
Yep. No, yeah. And I mean, from, everything we've sort of touched on, it seems very much like that. So, like, I guess it is. It's just like fucking keep smashing it and, each little step, you'll get your leg, you'll fucking do your steps, do your hills, do your grass, do your dirt, get all that shit. And then, like you said, next, hopefully it's just sort of that thing where, like, before you know it, you're just getting around.
Yep.
Like that's the aim, man. That's the drive of doing everything plus. Yeah. Everything plus. One up, but constantly, because it's only going to get me there quicker. Quality of life. That's why I did it. Yep. 100%. Fucking oath. All right, well.
That's about that for...
We're like fucking an hour and a half into this, so you've hung around for a good one, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, if you're just still here listening,
here having a listen or
thank
watching,
you.
Thanks for fucking... Fuck, did you just...
Jesus Christ, yeah, that was me. I ignited that.
Okay, I was just like, did something just snap and now I've got to, like, don't move and I've got to move. Because that one fucking busted the other day. I've got to fucking fix them. I've got 2 more chairs there that I've got to fucking pull them apart and fix it. And so before we get in... guest 2. We can still have 1 guest, but which also could be on the cards. I don't know if you, but fucking Andy is in the fucking hood. So we're gonna
he
try
did
and
touch base with me yesterday.
So hopefully we can try and get him on for the next one. There are a few other dudes that are in the mix, so hopefully we can get a little bit of a ball going. And even if, like I sort of said too, if things have to happen and you're fucking stuck or busy or shit, I might be just doing a few fucking loner ones, but. Yeah, hopefully for you guys, we can pump a little bit more of these out and keep it a little bit more consistent.
And I think just like we've said, now that my life has changed and in this new part I'm kind of understanding my patterns now.
Yeah.
I've got a little bit of a regime pattern, know what's going on. So I now will be able to kind of go, right.
Only on a Monday. Can't
day,
do it on a fucking Tuesday. Yeah, fully.
Where before it was just nothing.
Yeah, there's shit all over the joint.
Yeah.
Fully.
So yeah, hang in tight, guys. We shall be back very soon, and I hope I didn't bore you too much with the leg info. Anyone that's in the situation wants to bloody chat, needs to chat, whatever, give me a hit.
Fucking if you know someone, send this video their way, sort of vibes.
Yep.
If you think it can help, all that sort of stuff.
Other than that,
thanks for coming.
And we'll see you when we fucking see you.
Fucking hell, I need to eat. I'm that hungry. I'm starving. I just realised it's fucking 2:45 to 3, so I might miss out on me pie today, and I'm not happy.
But life goes on. Let's get into it. Thanks for coming, ladies and gentlemen. Go buy a hoodie. Whoop whoop. My Die Podcast. Catch you later.
Woo.
My Die!